Now we'll understand simple interest and compound interest by an example, or I'll write simple interest over here and compound interest over there. So we can compare that and then we can understand it. So I'll say simple interest and that is compound interest CI and this is SI. Now simple interest. So simple interest is, if I'll say the principal, now we know what is principal, the amount which I took. So principal is 1000, time that is N is 1 year and rate. Now what is rate? Rate means we have heard this term, right? If I'll say 5%, you have to pay 5% extra. Instead of 500, you have to pay 550. That 50 rupees is our interest. But interest, there is some rate of interest. So we'll say R equals to say 5%. How this interest is counted? It is based on rate. How much rate of interest they are taking. There can be 10%, 11% depending on the amount or depending on the company privacy or policy. And then P, N and R, we have to find out interest for 2 years. Same way in CI, P will be 1000, N will be, this will be 2 because we are counting for 2 years, and R will be 5%. Same term, but we will see what is the difference between simple and compound. Now if I want to find out the simple interest of this amount, what I'll do? Interest equals to the principal into the rate, that is 5%. Now first we'll find for first year. For first year. Then we'll see for second year and then we'll compare whether SI is greater than or CI is greater than. N will be 1. Why? Because we are counting for 1 year. Divide by 100. So interest for first year, I'll say I1 is 50. Now we'll count for CI. It will be same. Multiply by 1 because we are counting for 1 year. Now the most important thing, for the first year, SI, that is simple interest, and CI, compound interest, will be same. We can see this, over here it is 50 and over here it is also 50. Now we'll check for second year. Now in second year, the principal in SI will be as it is. It will be 1000 only. So what we can do, I2 equals to 1000 into 5 into 1 divided by 100. Now you must be wondering why 1? We are counting for second year, but the period is 1 year. Over here we are counting for total 2 years, but we have counted for first year. Now we are counting for second year. So it will be, the time will be 1 year only. So same, I2 will be 50 only. Now we'll count for CI. Now in CI, the principal won't be 1000. In CI, principal will be added to the previous interest. If I'll say I took 500 for the first year and I paid 50 rupees as an interest. So the amount will be 550. If I don't return this after 1 year, what I have to do? I have to pay plus some interest. interest will be on this amount. In CI, we'll give interest on our previous principal plus previous amount, that will be 550. We'll count our interest on 550, not 500. If I am taking as a simple interest, then we'll count in 500. But if I am taking as a compound interest, I have to pay the interest according to the 550 rupees. Same way, our principal was 1000 rupees and our last interest is 50 rupees. So we'll pay for the amount 150, because 100 plus 50 is 150. Now, if you count this value, it won't be 50. Obviously, because over here it is 150. So the answer will be 52.5. The answer will be, after solving this I2, you will get answer, that is 52.5. Now, can you see difference in interest 2 or second year's interest in simple interest and compound interest? Is there any difference? Yes, there is a difference. Over here, in simple interest, it was 50 and in compound interest, it is 52.5. So, after 2 years, I have to pay, if I am taking as a simple interest, I have to pay 100 or 1000, because our principal is 1000, plus 50, that is first year's interest, and again 50 because that is our second year's interest. So it will be 1100, 1000 plus 100, 1100. Same way, if we count for this, it will be, I'll count somewhere else, over here, 1000 plus 50 plus 52.5. So it will be 1102.5. Now, if I am taking as a simple interest, my amount will be 1100, and if I am taking as a compound interest, my amount will be 1102.5. Now you all must be wondering, there is a minor difference of 2.5, but this is the very small amount. 1000 is very small amount. If the amount is big, then the difference will be obviously big, or the difference will be large. Now, this is the simple or the main funda of the simple interest and compound interest. What you have to remember, in simple interest, whenever we are counting, we'll take principal only, that is 1000 in first year, 1000 in second year. But in compound interest, we have to pay. For the first year, it will be our principal 1000. But for the second year, we have to add our interest 2. 1000 plus 50. So our principal will become 1050. So we'll count according to 1050. And this is the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Now we'll see few formulas of simple interest and then compound interest, and then we'll calculate some examples.